What's going on, everyone? I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and in this video I'm here to give you guys my review for Titanfall, which is a Microsoft exclusive. You could find the game for PC, Xbox One, and the Xbox 360. Now in the game it does feature a multiplayer campaign, but it's nothing too special. The two factions in which you get to fight on the side of is the IMC and the Militia, where both have their own personal conflicts within its overall campaign. And of course this game is a multiplayer only game, meaning that you're going to have a few different modes. Now let me go ahead and start with the graphics. Visually this game is really impressive with the amount of detail with the Titans, the pilots, mobile infantry, the landscapes, the buildings, and of course not only that, one of my other personal favorites is the attention to detail with the environments in the background, such as certain maps you'll see ships out in the distance having their own conflict battles happening, making the battle that you're seeing that you'd be having on the ground much larger than it appears to be. Now let me go ahead and talk about the overall gameplay, because this game is like a mixture of several games combined into one. For example, you have the teamwork from Battlefield, you have the small close quarter maps from Call of Duty, you have the parkour action from Mirror's Edge or Brink, and then you have the Titans, in this case the mechs from either Armored Core or Hawken or any other mech game in general. So it's basically a combination of all those into one. Now this game features a multiplayer campaign and additional game modes because this is a multiplayer only based game, no single player experience at all. In the multiplayer campaign you fight between two different factions in their own personal story, and upon completing them you actually unlock two additional Titans in which you can use. In the classic mode, which will give you your additional game modes, you have basically Team Deathmatch, Last Titan Standing, which in that mode is everyone starts with a Titan and your objective is to destroy your opponent's Titans to become victorious. You also have Hardpoint, which is like Domination, Capture the Flag, Pilot Hunter, and that one is there's no AI opponents at all, instead it's only human players. And you also have a Variety Pack, which will switch between the different modes that you're able to play through. Now in the game there is a leveling system and you are able to prestige. Once you prestige, everything resets except you get to keep your burn cards, and you'll be earning twice the experience rate than you would during your regular playthrough. Now in terms of when you get to unlock certain things, well, for example, once you reach level 5 you are able to customize your pilot and your Titan, and you have all kinds of different abilities. For example, you're able to carry a primary weapon, a sidearm, you're also carrying some type of launcher which you could use to take out Titans or mobile infantry. You also have different abilities such as being able to cloak, use C4, and all kinds of unique things. And the same thing goes with the Titan, but except the Titan only has a primary weapon. You also have some type of special secondary weapon. For example, you may be able to use an electronic smoke to get the Titan, in this case opponent's pilots, off your back, or missiles to lock onto opposing Titans and things like that. And of course each Titan has a special ability called core mode. For example, you may have a Titan that has damage mode. Once that's increased you're going to be doing twice the damage than before. You have another one which is a fun mode called dash core, which allows you to have infinite amount of sprint, and dashing, each Titan has a certain amount that you could use, but once you have dash core you have infinite amount of sprint for a short amount of time. And of course the last Titan features what's called a shield mode, which will boost the shield dramatically, allowing you to withstand the harsher punishments even when you're surrounded by your opponent's Titans altogether. And of course once you reach level 10 you get what's called burn cards. Now burn cards are additional abilities which you could use. For example, you may have something that allows you to use a special weapon, an infinite amount of C4 as long as you remain alive. Some cards even will allow you that every time an AI grunt it kills an opponent's, whether it's a grunt or a human player, you're going to get experience based on what they got, and it's going to go to you, and different things like that. So there's a variety of different things you could use. There's even rare cards, common cards, ultra rares. So there's just a variety of things that you can do in the game. Now in terms of in the actual game itself, how do you get a Titan is quite simple. Every time you kill an AI opponent you earn points towards earning your Titan, and every time you kill an opponent's pilot, which is a human player, you earn more points, which will grant you your Titan a lot faster than just killing AI controlled opponents. Of course, like I said, depending on the game mode you have different objectives to go through, but it's a pretty simple concept. And what's cool about the game is how fast paced everything is going. The fact that you could just be running off the walls, you could be hanging there, you could be doing stealth, ambushes, jumping onto an opponent's Titan, ripping out their components and doing harsh damage on top of them. and all kinds of unique different things, and just overall it's a really cool concept, and it's actually really fun and enjoyable. Just a lot of fast-paced action going on. And of course this game also features challenging modes, which in this case after you complete a certain amount of challenges you'll get bonus experience to level up faster, which in this game you do level up quite fast overall, which in this case for my playthrough in under I would say 7 hours I was able to prestige right off the bat, because that's how fast you level up. As for the sound, the overall sound design within this game was pretty well done. In terms of the actual voice actors, there wasn't really any particular person that stood out above the rest, but the in-game soundtrack was actually a blast, especially during one of the missions, which I'll give you guys a preview in just a moment. And of course for me, I played the game on PC, which the game overall is about 49 gigabytes of installation, but the biggest surprise that I mentioned is that the sound for the game is 38 to 39 gigs on the PC version, and the reason for that is because it is uncompressed, meaning that you're getting the best sound for this game possible, which is not featured on the Xbox One or the Xbox 360. And here's a sample of a clip that I'm talking about.
Graves to all personnel. Demeter is the gateway to the frontier. By attacking our largest refueling depot, you will correct that perspective. Graves out.
Pilots, defend the hard points at all costs. If the militia overload the reactor core, it's all over. Strap in.
Anvil 1 is to go. Anvil 2 standing by. Anvil 3 is good to go. Anvil 4 is to go. I hate this part. Cut the chatter. Initiating drop sequence.
Separation confirmed. Stand by. Approaching shock layer. Impact in 3, 2, 1.
So not only can you see by the visual aspect, but also by listening to the audio performance such as the voice actors and the in-game soundtrack, overall it is excellent. As for the lifespan, what kind of lifespan do I see for Titanfall? And it really depends on the online community, because this is an online only based game. So the main question here is, obviously right now the game is running great and a lot of people are playing it. But the most important question is, where do we see Titanfall a year from now? And not only that, what kind of DLC content will the game be offering? Because they did promise a total of 3 pieces of DLC. So will we be getting a new additional campaign story? Will we be receiving new additional Titans, loadouts, weapons, maps? I mean, it really depends on what kind of content they bring forth and where the community stands within this game after a year from now. That is the main question. But as of right now, the community is strong and there's a ton of people playing it and the game is really enjoyable. But like I said, you just got to question what happens a year from now. Will people still be playing it, or will it be hard to get into a match? As for the innovation, what kind of innovation do we see with Titanfall? In this case, as I stated in the beginning of this review, this game is a mixture of several games combined into one, and it's actually done well. In addition to the burn cards and some of the new weapons such as the smart pistol, where it automatically gives you a headshot, in this case more like a aimbot style pistol. Just overall there's a lot of innovation here included within this game, and overall it's such an enjoyable experience. As I stated, it really depends on the community standpoint of how long this game survives out in the market. But overall, in the end, I'm going to give Titanfall a 9 out of 10. Overall, the game is fun. You should definitely check it out on PC or Xbox One, and then later when it comes out to the Xbox 360. If you guys would like to check out some multiplayer gameplay, don't forget to check us on over at Gamerfuzion.com. We have plenty of gameplay from all kinds of different members, with commentary and all that. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. And remember, Gamerfuzion empowers your gaming.